Good morning and welcome to America's Home Cooking. I hope you had a great St. Patty's Day. I enjoyed my visiting my beautician, got my hair done, and who we talked. So we're having corned beef today. I'm sure you've already had corned beef, boiled potatoes, and cabbage. What I'm doing is taking the corned beef. I want to make fries to go with it, and I'm going to make kohlrabi, chorah, churave, well, however you pronounce this vegetable anyway. And so I'm gonna do equal amounts of yams and potatoes and put that together. So I'm gonna slice these up. I already have the corned beef under a pressure cooker. You'll hear it as soon as that pressure builds up. You'll hear the ch in the background, so it will get a little noisy. And my cats were upset with me this morning. Well, I'm not going to eat, Mommy, because you abandoned us. I didn't abandon you. I told them I was going out. I'm going to make these big. Well, at least to the best of my ability. And I'm going to put them in water and soak some of the starch out of them. And yes, I'm leaving the skins on. So I figured that would be nice to be different today. Good morning, everyone. Eclipse, and Nova. How are all of you doing this morning? Why I thought of fries to go with the corned beef would be because we have boiled potatoes. So why not fry them? Just make them larger, just to be different. I could even serve pickles with this if I wanted. That one's a little thick. Well, they're all thick. And I'm putting them in water to soak some of the starch off of them. On call, okay, on call. Let's see, that would be ambulance, police, firemen, Nova. So what do you do, Nova? Hello, Anthony. We'll cut this. What the heck? All right. So Nova, if you're on call, it's certain. Oh, in California? Okay, so you're 4 hours behind. It's about 1 o'clock there. Well, I'm going to fry them. I don't know. I've never done them together. I couldn't make up my mind which one, so I said, well, why not do them all, both of them, equal amounts? So I don't know. Nashville, Tennessee. Good morning, Matt. Edward. I don't know if one cooks longer or shorter than the other. I'll find out soon enough. I'm either going to mess it up. Yes, I am. I always get up. Oh, Wisconsin, hi. So Nancy was, I remember seeing her. Oh, okay. Good morning. Fishing, Dill, Jason. Yeah, there's a lady I know, she had a stroke, and her husband helped her teach people how to sew. She wasn't my teacher, Mrs. Brown was. I went to the Singer store and had private lessons. Mrs. Brown could freehand sew silk thread, embroider the silk thread on a sewing machine freehand. That was a big thing. People would pay $50 just for one of her pillow designs. Very classic, very, very creative. Most people today cannot do it freehand, and she did it freehand. And if you don't understand what we're having, corned beef with fries and a vegetable. Thank you, Arch. Naji, Brandon. I hope to. Yes, that's exactly what I do. I teach cooking. Matter of fact, on Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, we are going to be making coffee muffins. You'll be making them with me. I already, yesterday morning, I did a video explaining what you have to get so you can do it with me. I show people what I do, why I do it, what you need, and the procedures to help people. I see this starch is starting to come out of these potatoes, which is really good. I'm just going to let it sit. Water sort of looks foggy, so I figure they'll fry up better if I soak them a bit. This vegetable is kohlrabi. Churabi. I know it, but I cannot pronounce this stupid word. Kohlrabi. Well, that's what it is. It's Kohlrabi. I gotta rinse it, get it going. So we'll let the potatoes soak a bit. Alfredo, good morning. Aco, hi. Gone, good morning. When I get done. I can't answer that. Thank you. I can't tell you when I'm going to be done cooking. Some of these leaves I don't like. I hate these new refrigerators. Not as good as the old-fashioned, and you can't repair them as easily. And my girlfriend and I were talking so political yesterday. I was saying, boy, if my channel heard what we were saying, We were really into it yesterday while she was doing my hair. Then we had a soup, beans with kale. I can't remember the bean that was put in it. I want to say it was a northern bean, but I could be very wrong. So hush my mouth on what kind of bean it was offhand. I was too hungry at that point to bother. And we had pizza with it. I know. St. Patty's Day we were not eating. Good morning, Vicki, Sky, Mo, Forsaken. The corned beef, which I'm sure everybody had yesterday, and fries, and this vegetable, which I call it kohlrabi, but I'm not sure of the name of it, the way it's supposed to be pronounced. We got those rinsed. Let me get some oil because we're going to have to fry these up. Now I'm going to fry them up in corn oil, so, and will I save this corn oil? Yes, I will. When I'm done frying, and I'll use it 2 more times. You're going to pull this stunt again. I'm going to turn it off and reset it. This rubber isn't set on this thing. Gives me an annoyance. So I'm going to cook. Release this pressure and start over again. I know. The rubber's not set right. Oh yeah, I know you're boiling. We gotta set this rubber right or it's not gonna work. Mm-hmm. Now let's see if I can get this thing going. Okay. Turn it on high. Put this back on it. And get it going. Now we're going to take these potatoes that have been sitting in water, getting rid of a lot of the starch. We're going to have to put them on a clean towel and dry them before we fry them, or we're going to have a mess. But we'll see what you do. I think I'm having trouble with the gasket. And if you don't know what the gasket is, that's the rubber piece on a pressure cooker. Now you're going to be cooking with high temperatures here, so I want you to be extremely careful. when you do your fries. I don't want anybody to get hurt. We're going to take this oil up very high. I want to see how much I have in it. Yeah, I think that's enough. That's how I measure, actually, see how much oil I have. I actually stick the handle of the wooden spoon in there. Come on, you're building pressure up. You don't snap, we're going to have to redo that again. I have to do this with my pressure cooker. If it doesn't set, I have to redo it. See, it's not sealing on this little part here on the handle, and that's what I'm having trouble with. And with this pressure, that should be locked up, and it's not locking. And that's what I'm having trouble with. I have one heating up, and one I'm trying to cook with. But other than that, I could be cooking this thing for hours, and I hate spending hours cooking. Okay, not when I have to wait for it. Good morning. I'll be lit General Deku Snoop. No, we're not having fried chicken. Yeah, I have another song going in my head. But you have to stay up here, or this is not going to work. Okay, get it together. I really need you to hold right here. If you don't hold, I can't cook this time. All right, let's see if you're holding now. Come on up. Build that pressure up and see where we get it. Come on up. It looks like you're going to do it. Yes. I have more trouble with this thing. I always use cooking oil and put it on my gasket after I clean it to keep it from drying out, because if it dries out, it'll crack. 527. Okay, Miss Nature. Sure thing. Peekaboo, 2. Oh, yeah. To go, gotta sleep, can't even type. Okay, you go to bed and have a good evening. Lit. We're having corned beef with fries and kohlrabi. No, I'm sure that's not how you pronounce it, but that's how I pronounce it. That's how we pronounce it in Texas. That's why I know it. And I want to get the fries done first. What kind of towel do I want to use? I know that's going to cook now. Pressure's building. All right, I'm going to move you over here so the potatoes, I'm going to dry the potatoes before I put them in the oil. So just letting you know what I'm going to be doing. And we'll see how this comes out. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep on going. I love to cook, and I don't mind sharing, you know, what I've learned. And this is the teaching, and we talk about nutrition. And understand they don't know everything about the human body. They're trying to figure it out. They can't find a really healthy person. I can tell you when I was in the hospital dying, when I was coming back from the dead, I had new doctors, you know, the interns, they were sitting there saying, can we take a piece of your liver? Can we take a piece of your kidney? Can we take a piece? Because you are the healthiest thing we've seen. And I said, no, God gave me this. No. So I know how healthy I am. Yes, I made lard. It's in the refrigerator, but I fry with oil when I'm going to fry because I don't want the smoke in the house. Hi, Kennedy, Red, Nature. Oh, thank you for the floating heart, Adele. That was very, very nice. Por, Porcine. Favorite thing to cook? Depends upon my mood, what's my favorite meal to cook. Okay? Sometimes if I'm in a cooking mood or sorry about that. I'm trying to get the cord out of the way while you're recharging. I, I don't know. I couldn't answer that. I'm sorry, I can't. Sweet Judy, good morning. Lucky, good morning. Lard, you have to get fat. You go to a butcher, you're going to have to go to a private butcher, and you ask them for the fat. And what you do is, if they grind it, fine. If they don't, you have to cut it up in really small pieces. And what you do is put a very low, like simmer, I mean really low flame, and you put it in there, your fat into it, and you let it cook. Slowly, it'll melt. And the fat, you'll see as it cooks and gets rid of the fat, you'll notice there's little crunchy pieces, almost like, well, what did we used to call those things that we used to eat? I can't remember. Anyway, you'll know when it's at that point. Then you sit there and you strain it. You really have to strain it to get those pieces out. And you have your canning jars ready and stuff, and you have to can it. And that's what I do. You use pressure canner. Do not use water bath for that. You have to pressure can it, so your jars everything has to be really hot. And how long did I leave it on? I have to look up the recipe, but that's how you make your own lard. Now, because I'm going to be cooking in this oil, I'm going to add a vitamin A. It's 5:34 here. I told you, I have to pack these lunches. Good morning, sweet. 5:32. I'm at 5:34. So we're in the same time zone. Yeah, I have a son who's really into 1930s. He feels like he's born at the wrong time. That's a very strong feeling. Okay, so we'll check this after a while. And we're still climbing on this one here. We have to wait for this to get a little higher. Yeah, we're about almost at 280. We have to get up to 300 and something. We're having corned beef with fries and kohlrabi. Kennedy, it's not. I'm at 5 and I'm on the East Coast. Bye, Miss Nature. Okay, Kennedy, hi. Troll, it's 5:30. Yeah, you're in my time zone. Eastern Standard. Okay. But these potatoes, because they're soaking in water, we're soaking a lot of the starch out of them. And I'm going to put them on a plate. Come on, put them on. You know when they come out, you have to put them on paper towel as well. So when you take them out, make sure you have a paper towel that they can drain on just a bit. Okay, there's the 300s now. We're getting there. We're all in different time zones, Snoop. That's AM where I'm at. Yes, it's the pressure cooker going for the corned beef. I don't want to cook it all day, so I'm going to do it in a hurry. I am in New York State. My name is Sandra, but my friends call me Sandy. All right. No, you know where you're going. To be stupid. Probably because you can't cook. Yeah, you're almost there. Well, we're almost there. We're getting there. Okay, Tawana, California. Yeah, when you start smelling food, you start getting hungry. be dropping the temperatures I've had this thing. Come on. You don't have to put a ton of potatoes in at once when you're frying. If you're doing them at home, I know at the restaurant they throw a whole bunch of them, but they have the bigger pots for it. So you don't want the temperature to drop too low so you don't add a ton of them in. So this is what we're going to be doing. Hi Don, Tawana, Glory, good morning. Nemesis? Yes, you do, Nemesis. That is the pressure cooker. I'll show you. Let me turn you. It's right there, going to town. That corned beef is in it. I hope you all had a happy St. Patty's Day. I have to be honest with you, I'm not real good at doing fries, so I might burn some. So I can be honest about it. There's some things I'm not real good at, like frosting. I suck at frosting, okay? But you can guarantee one thing. My cakes taste good, but they look terrible. Thank you, Don. Glory, be respectful. I'm going to try one. I'll let it cool a bit. Need salt. Definitely need salt. You need to cook a little more. As you see, they came out really nice. I am glad to hear Tawana. Nemesis, they do it all the time. But you're in a position where you can sit there and delete them while I'm cooking and talking. You know, we're having corned beef with fries today and a vegetable. Yeah, fried fish is delicious. Putty cat, please. Well, you had barbecue at home? Not me. I went to my girlfriend, who's also my beautician, one of my girlfriends. She did my hair. She trimmed it. And then we went out to eat. And we had a soup. Because it was really windy and we were cold, so we figured soup and pizza we would have yesterday. And 2 days over. I don't want another mess to clean up. Yes. Yes, I am, Dee. That's what I'm doing, luncheon. See, if you don't sit there and dry the water off, you have a mess in the kitchen. I figured, why not make different potatoes, you know? Tina, good morning. Okay. Listen, take care because you have to go to work. They said on, this tells you how ignorant I am on YouTube, they said I can do a shop and put things out and show you things that I use and approve of. I'm also going to give you, I finally found the original beans that were used in Ezekiel's bread, and I'm going to be grinding those grains up soon and be making some more bread. So you'll be getting that recipe, and I'll let you know what mill I have and why I use it. But they said I can sit there and put things that I consider very good equipment or things that I use. So I'm going to sit there and I'm going to try to set the shop up so you can go there and see the kind of equipment I use. Good morning, Tina. Now I add the vitamin E because I'm using high heat and you can destroy a lot of nutrients, and vitamin E sort of protects it at that point, so that's why I do it. So when I use this oil again for the next 2 times, I will be adding a vitamin E. The natural one spelled with a Y, the alpha tocopherol. I use that to make sure that my oil stays good. I'm using corn oil for this. Elephant. Okay. That's an unusual one. Getting back up there again. See, they have so many electrical things now. You push and set the buttons and let it do what it has to do. When you do it this way, you have to learn, and this is how women learn. But I can say women do have a very hard time frying chicken. I've yet to eat somebody's chicken that if I don't eat the bone, get close to the bone, they're not bleeding, and the gristle is tough to get. That's why I throw mine in the oven after I fry them to make sure that I get it, so I can eat that gristle from my joint, and I can crack those bones and get the folic acid that's in there, because folic acid is a natural antibiotic. Be nice and chew over blood. And I will also, for you ladies that keep on asking me what do I put on my face, I will actually show you the things that, and no, I'll put it in the store so you can, like, what do they say called? Products that you recommend, and you'll see it. Don't. So you'll see what I put on my face. I know it's very hard for you guys to believe it, but I will actually put my groovy things there so you know. But it's corn oil. What the heck? I can run. I'm hungry. I don't know if you ever tried this. My girlfriend says she pours a can of beer and she cooks her corned beef. Let me know if you tried it and what does it taste like. Good morning, Alpha. Now, I will be making mincemeat pies, small ones, but I'm going to put either chicken livers or chicken, I can use chicken gizzards, and I'm going to boil and cook them down and chop them up real fine and put them with the mincemeat and make little pies. This is a good way of getting protein in and having your family eat something sweet. You don't have to know what you're doing. And I'll show you how to do that. Listen, we have to become extremely creative to get families to eat what we're preparing and try not to waste food. And you know, food is expensive, so if you can learn to get chicken gizzards or chicken livers or stuff like that into your dishes and they don't know, you have accomplished a great deal. I was going to buy a ton, but my son was having such a commitment. I said I shouldn't have brought him in today. But he had the day off and he said he wanted to go shopping with me. I said, maybe we should pick up a ton. No! I've got a heart in there, a veal heart that I want to cook. And I think I'm going to treat it like liver and onions and see how it comes out. I know you're probably saying, oh, that all sounds gross. No, it's not gross. It's survival. Now, when do I know the potatoes are done? When the temperature gets back up to the temperature I was fried, I take them out, and then I add more in. It'll drop the grease down. You leave the flame where it's at. It'll drop down, and when it goes back up, you know it's done. Good morning, IH. I'll just call you Farmer. I think that's easier. For the person who asked, don't they cook at different temperatures? No, they seem to be doing just fine together. These are Idaho potatoes with yams. Maybe if you use Eastern potatoes, they might cook at a different temperature, but I'm using Idaho. And you can see drying them off, they come out really nice. See? And you don't have to put a ton of them in at once to cook. But then you drop the grease too low and it absorbs the grease. Dawn, hi. Yes, it does. Thank you. So good morning. If I missed anybody, good morning to all of you. Have any of you gotten the Ethiopian Bible? I ordered it. It hasn't come in yet. I'm waiting for it. Thank you, Don. I ordered it because there's some. I have the 1611 or 1613 Bible, and a whole third of that is missing in the Bibles that you know today. And now there's another 22 books that I don't know about. You know, so I want to get that book to cover in that area and see what. Hi, Casey. Good morning. We're having corned beef, fries, and kohlrabi for dinner today, and I'm trying to get it all done. And have I had coffee or anything? No, not yet. Though I have munched on, 3 fries already? That I have done. Remember, soak your fries in plain cold water for a bit so that you can draw a lot of that starch out. Then dry them on a towel. Make sure you don't overload your pot or it's going to go higher when it first hits. And I'm frying them at 375. Don't add too many in. The temperature drops too low and then they get greasy. That's the whole object. A lot of people put a lot in, but if you put a little in, it holds that crunch much better. It's in a pressure cooker right now. I asked, did anybody ever hear of putting a beer, cooking it with beer? I'm hoping to serve the corned beef with ale mustard. What is it? Peach ale? What is it? We didn't eat it all. I had made peach ale mustard, which is really good. I'm hoping that this will go good with it. And yes, it was canned. And how did it turn out, Casey? I opened the package of seasoning and water and I'm pressure cooking it. She wants me to boil it, but I know I wouldn't have time to boil it today. Trying to get it to my family, pack up, so I fall back on my pressure cooker. And yes, that's the same pressure cooker I sit there and I use when I cook my bones. Okay. Casey? Oh, okay. I guess I'll have to try. Good morning, Rain. You're a bit late coming in. Hi, Cookie, and good morning. I might as well tell you all, remember at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that's New York time, I am going to make cappuccino coffee muffins. Remember, I did a video yesterday. Did I do a live? Yeah, I think I did live. I told you everything that you need so we can make these together. We're having corned beef with French fry, I know, and cauliflower. Rebecca, good morning. Cookie. So that's what we're doing. Right now we're cooking the fries. We have the corned beef pressure cooking, because I have to get it done in a hurry. Then we'll be doing the vegetables. So always remember that when you're frying, you don't want to put a lot in at once. It does sound, Cookie, it does sound different. That's why I wanted to do it. Rebecca, good morning. That's what I just woke up and I said, look, I have a corned beef. I don't have cabbage. I didn't want cabbage this summer. I said, I want to be a little different. They said, well, you know, they serve corned beef with potatoes. And I said, well, you know, fries are potatoes. And why not sweet potatoes, well, better known as yams and Idaho that I have? And I said, sure, why not? Let's try. So that's why I'm doing it this way. We're actually going to be eating the corned beef differently. And this is the only time you can really get a good price on them, because most of the time they're very high. Thank you, Grizz. Okay, you can cook it in a little over a half hour. We'll be checking it soon. Casey, good morning. I hope so. I always hope it does. The only time my sons fear me is when I'm sick and I can't smell and taste. Then they can't. No idea what they're going to get. At least I can be honest about that. When I'm sick, I really can't taste or smell anything in my head. So I hate getting sick. I put in my Amazon account a book that they say are natural remedies that collected through, you know, the American Indians and other people. The right combinations for things. And I said, you know, that's a really good book, because Casey did a lot of natural things. That's why I make my cough syrup the way I do. And it's natural and it helps. So I said, you know, I ought to keep that around the house. So I am going to do that. As soon as I get money, but after I saw my gas bill and almost hitting the panic button. I don't know if your gas bills went up, your heating bills went up. Mine went up over, let's see, 200%. I was very, very angry. I have to talk to him, but I'm too angry, so I don't want to call until I calm down. I know I have to pay it. I don't think I'm going to pay that every month. I mean, we were in a vortex, so I don't see why it should be that high. We were in a cold vortex, I could see that. I mean, one year we had over a $1,200 bill. I could not believe it. I was shocked. Good morning. I am 73 now. I've been celebrating my birthday for the last couple days. Good morning. This is the last batch, and then we'll get into the vegetables. there's so many different vegetables. You really don't have to do a lot with your vegetables unless you use the same one in and out. But if you try all kinds of different vegetables, you notice they all have different flavors. And you really don't have to do much with vegetables. You just have, what? Casey, what are you talking about? Wow, 1200? So that's why you don't see me doing a lot with mine. I sit there and I'm very careful with them. Thank you, Alice. It was a couple days ago. Actually, it was last week. And everybody's trying to see me and wish me happy birthday. And so I went to dinner with my son. I went here for somebody else, and I went to my beauty. Everybody's trying to line it up. I said, it's okay, guys. And then we went to a bar that my younger son goes to, and the guy, the bartender, which I know now, which is a friend of my younger son, sat there and said, what can I get you to drink? And I said, look, I just ate. I don't have room to even put a mouth of water down that tummy of mine. I am packed. So he was laughing. But they all said happy birthday to me, and I just told them thank you very much. Okay. We are done with this. We'll add some salt to these, and we're done frying. Yeah. Oh, now my heart's racing on that one. Let's hold it down here. Let's get it over here now. We're moving around while that pressure cooker continues doing what it has to do. Here are the fries for dinner. And here are my fries. Different, but unusual. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to use the greens. I'm going to use them all. I know, I yell at my equipment too. I didn't go shopping last week, so these are 2 weeks old in my refrigerator. I had so much going on last week. We got our greens right here just off the top, and I'll take care of the rest. and then we'll have it. See, you can see things are changing with the equipment, because they tell you with these new refrigerators, you cannot overpack them like you did before. Because women used to pack their refrigerators. They weren't empty, they were packed to the hilt. So it's giving me some problems because I cannot shop and do things that I want. So this is a way, so you're going to say, no, it's not. So it is so. I would have to buy a gigantic refrigerator to be able to put stuff in it. Because when you start making your own stuff, your cultures and stuff, they have to go in the refrigerator, and they say, these new glass shelves can't take that kind of weight. Well, then don't put them in there. So I know what they're doing. If I get enough money, I know what I'm going to do with this back room. Behind you. I'm going to pack it, put shelves down in the basement with dry goods, and put a pantry up here. So if I can't put it there, the reason I'll pack food differently. I'm not going to listen to them and do what they tell me to do. I'll do what I want to do. I have a girlfriend. She rents from somebody. I don't know who she rents from. They gave her a refrigerator without any shelves in it. I said, what? Yeah. I said, sounds like he got rid of his old one and gave it to you. She said, I think so too. Now this saucepan, I'm only going to add about 1/4 of an inch of water and let them cook. Because I don't want to lose the nutrients, I want to be able to hold them into the food. If I need to add more water, I will. Because what we do is we actually steam them. We bring them to a boil, and then you, with the lid on, you bring it to a boil, then you turn it down on simmer, and you let them steam. Whatever water you have left, which will be very little, if any, you can always use it in anything else that you're making, and it'll just be extra flavor. So you don't really have to worry about it. So this is going to go on high, and as soon as it starts, now sometimes you might run out of water. I haven't decided for breakfast yet. Maybe a carrot bread that I made. It's really moist and tender. That is the pressure cooker that is actually the pressure cooker. It's actually cooking the meat. Ooh, well, Matthew, I'm definitely not going to Canada with those temperatures. Hello, Freddie, Carlson, Matthew. I can't turn it down. It's got to do what it's doing. I'm getting ready to test the meat in a little bit. So we'll be doing that as well. There's my pressure cooker. See, it's going right now. Do that corned beef. Hi, Anthony. Now, I don't add salt for this because I'm going to cook with the liquid if there's any liquid left in this in another dish, whatever I'm cooking. So therefore, I'll only add the salt after all of this is done. Now, before they had toasters, they used to use the oven to toast. So if you don't have a toaster, you can put your oven on broil. Be careful because you can burn your toast, and you can toast them. These are all the tips I had to learn. Okay, we're going to turn this off in about an hour to let it settle. Then we're going to start decompressing that pressure cooker and see how that corned beef is going. It should be just about done. Nope, not yet. Okay. Tilting and take some of the pressure off. The most dangerous thing I've ever cooked is a pressure cooking pig's feet. I had such a mess. Stove, the walls, everything. And I said, well, I've got to be careful doing that. Come on, build your steam up. We can't cook it. So I figured on pig's feet I was going to spend a good day cooking them. Because I asked my husband, I said, why can't we pressure cook pig's feet? He said, I don't know why we can't. We learned the hard way. Don't ever pressure cook pig's feet. So I'm letting you know ahead of time. You have to cook them the long way till they're tender. I know you're using pressure. Okay, now you're building steam up. Now I'm going to turn this down to simmer and let it cook. And then I'll check it after a time period and we'll see what it's like. If it runs out of water, you have to watch it when you do it like this for vegetables, so they can run out of water if you're not careful. But the object is you don't want to drown them in that water, cook all those nutrients out, and then you're left with not much. So I try to cook with as little water, so I keep the nutrients into the food and the most steam. Hi, Anthony. Precious flesh. That's what we're working on right now. So next week I want to make a meatloaf. If you wish to make a meatloaf with me, you can. And I'm going to be putting barbecue sauce on it. So we're going to be doing it differently. Nursery rhyme, silly goose. Come on, you should be dropping it, taking a lot of pressure off. So I like to mix things up. Come on, you gotta finish dropping. Can't open it unless you drop. Okay, let me check it. Oh yeah, it's done. Get the vegetables done and then we'll get that out of there. Let it settle a bit. Well, we're not done yet. Let's see if I can get this roast out. This here. Yeah, I know you're going to be... I'm thinking about how to get this out. Okay. Yeah, you're really tender. I want this one or the other one. Yeah, this will do it. You should always have one of these, especially when you do roasted game out. It's not going to prevent them from falling apart because sometimes they do, and then sometimes they don't. Corned beef, French fries, and collard. Okay, I don't understand that joke. Okay. See, I like my corned beef very tender. But then the trick is getting the mother out without falling apart. This is why you need a wide spatula. And that's how you get it out. Let me go back to those vegetables. Oh, I missed a piece. Now, if you wish to dress this roast up, you can lay the vegetables on the platter and bypass a bowl for it, which you can do, which would give it the color. You'd have the green and white around that color. That way you wouldn't really have to dress the beef up. You're using your vegetables to dress it up. So these are tricks that we learn in the kitchen. A lot of people have, the older generation has, young people just seem lost at everything. But they sure do know their computers and have OnlyFans and stuff like that. But I was taught, if you want a man, you better know how to cook. And my brothers, I'm sure, because I had brothers, they were taught, if you want a good woman, you don't drag her to bed. You marry her. Oh, Ruby, that's nice. I guess she wants to make cappuccino muffins on Friday. I just started that part, Come Cook With Me. I didn't know if it was going to take off, but somebody made the French bread and they were very happy with it. Somebody made the biscuits. They said they came out beautifully. They were shocked. So now we're going to make muffins, and there's a few tricks on making muffins, and we'll learn those tricks as well. You see, we're learning a lot of different skills. Do I need this? I think I do. Okay, guys. You should be cooking now. I'm checking the vegetables right now. I still have water in them. I'm just stirring them around now. We need to get the greens cooked and the root cooked. Oh, they're not done. They're going to be at this for a while. Okay, so we got a while for the vegetables to cook. So I'm hoping next week when we go to make the meatloaf, I am going to do it as a Come Cook With Me, and we'll see how that comes out. also going to learn on this channel. Those of you who don't know how to can and wish to learn, we'll be doing some canning. And we'll also be learning how to dehydrate fruit and stuff. Oh, now all of you got quiet. Isn't that amazing? We just have to wait for the vegetables and the dinner will be done. I know most people who cook meatloaves usually add ketchup to it, or they'll add bacon to it, but I have made it with barbecue sauce on it. And I have a Victorian barbecue sauce, which I want to do next week. I don't know what day of the week I'm going to do it. I won't know until Friday, so I can see what I can pick up. And I have to say what I can find, because I don't always find everything that I want. Hi, Eli, Shooter. Well, a lot of women my age knew how to cook. But then, I don't know what happened. Women think it's more important to make money and be on their own instead of a family. It's really a lot of fun. It's an unusual life having a family and a husband. Okay, Shooter. Thank you for the compliment. I hope someday women realize what they've lost. And when they do, they'll be surprised. I mean, mine has been a fight with this whole female liberation, because they don't understand, because they don't know their history, that we already have those rights. They were fighting for something that they already had. And now the young women are telling me they don't like doing this. They'd rather be a woman. They're being forced into doing things because of my generation. I said, my generation? I said, you can blame everybody else in my generation, but you can't blame me, because I don't go there. You're welcome, Andrea. A lot of people don't know. They really don't. God. What? I can't. Hi, Rihanna. Yeah. The young, some women don't want to hear it, and they say, I'm better off on my own. Are you? Take a look at your children, if you have them. I was so happy I found a post that told the truth, because I had said here, treason, you get shot, right? Nobody believed me. Somebody posted it and said, you can be shot for treason. Yes, Rihanna, I do remember you. I thought that was interesting. People didn't believe me. They got uptight. The women got uptight about that. And I said, yeah, this is everything that I was taught in high school. Yes. The wall. Yes, you can. Eli. Yes, some of them. Not all of them. I don't have all the equipment to make the ones that are rolled in tubes and stuff. I don't have all of that. I have a pasta machine that needs to clip up to something, and the counters they make now only have an edging like this, and I need a wider edge. Homes were built like that, where we had a wider edge where we could clip this equipment to. I have some equipment I can't use because I can't clip it up. So I'm sort of limited on some things I can do here. Because remember, my work area right now is 3 feet by 2 feet, maybe 2.5 by 2. It's a very small area, and I have to make it work. Because I don't have a lot of counter space. If I put everything out the way a kitchen's supposed to be laid out, I wouldn't have any place to work. you're finally there, huh? Okay, we're going to try this. I put that little bit of water on, and the vegetables are cooking. Now, you don't want them soggy. That's the whole thing. Your vegetables are going to be chewy. If you cook them till mush, you're actually cooking everything out of them. So my greens have a crunch chew to them. And put my vegetables on here. Oh, good morning from Alabama, Southern. It is almost a lost art. You are right about that. When a principal requests me to come and teach at their school, and I told them I do not have a teaching degree, I cannot do that. And we were just talking about food, you know, the way the preservatives are and what it's doing. And one woman said, you should not condemn people on the way they eat. And I said, I'm not. I'm only telling you the nutrition. And if you do these things, I mean, if you like being sick, knock yourself out, you know. I'm not going to stop you. But you can't cry in old age when you feel so bad. You know, that's how I put it. Now, I'll pour it in a glass just to show you how much liquid I have. Now, you saw how little liquid I added in, right? You see the color in here and the water? If you drink it when it cools, these are nutrients that you've cooked out of this. This is why you use so little water to cook, or I'll drink it. Oh, salt. And here is a lovely dish. I know you're saying, what happened to your salt mixture? I use it too. Believe you me, I do. And here's the plate with fries. Doesn't that look nice? It doesn't take much. Use your vegetables on a platter to dress up your meat. You'd be surprised the impact it does to the eyes and to the taste bud in getting people to your table. Well, I should say your family to the table to try the food. So that's how you do it. I show you ideas and things, and I'm sharing recipes with you, and on some you're coming to cook with me so we can actually make this stuff together so you get more comfortable. St. Patty's, yes. The breakfast I'm getting ready to have, I'm going to make I'll probably have a piece of bread today with some coffee. Let me get my coffee, and you stick around. I have an espresso machine. I'm still learning to work that froth, and then I'll show you. This is for today. I was out yesterday. As Mr. Gig, Gary, listen. If you only like corned beef once a week, you go ahead and knock yourself out. I eat corned beef. I'll pay the money to get corned beef in the summer if I want corned beef sandwiches, which are excellent with peach ale mustard, believe it or not. No, I made a bread with carrots, and it's very moist, and I like it. Ah, yes. Cat's Deli. I know exactly where it's at. I have eaten there more than once. It's in Lower Manhattan. And they make excellent, excellent corned beef sandwiches. I'm not going to lie. They really do. Oh, you're going to miss it then. Sure it's worth going to Cat's in Lower Manhattan. I haven't been there. My husband was the one who took me there and introduced me. Because in Texas, we didn't have corned beef sandwiches. It wasn't something that we thought of, or maybe my father didn't like it. I don't know. It wasn't something that we had. But up here, yeah. And Surgeon, I think, what was it? They introduced me to another deli introduced me. I think it was Surgeon. You had to use red bell pepper. Was it Surgeon? I can't remember. Anyway, it's been a long time. And he recommended you had to cook that one. He said, you have that, you have to sit there and use red onion. Because he says it interferes. You're welcome. Yeah, put it in your bucket list. I don't know if they're still there, but they should be. I don't know if it's new generation, but they were big men. When they sat there and you could smell everything when you got into Cat's. It was just that good. And the helpings, I mean, the sandwiches were huge. You'd have the bread, right? But then they packed like this much meat on it. I mean, you really had to go, you know, and to eat it, but it was so worth it. And they, there was a soda made with celery, I think it was called or something. I had never had it, and my husband ordered it for me. Yeah, I agree, don't do that. Hi, Lele. For you people who are learning to work to cook, always make sure the flame is underneath your pot. Do not have it coming up on the edges because you'll reach and you will burn yourself. And if you have clothes on, they could catch a fire, and you don't want that to happen. So always make sure that when you adjust the flame, make sure it's not coming up on the edges. And you're also wasting a lot of gas because it's just heating the edges. It takes longer, but if you have it under the pot, it heats better, saves you money. Rugged? No, this is for my family. Yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing sometime next week, and it's going to be a come cook with me. Though I know I'll be doing it in the morning. You know, you can see how it's done, and we'll talk why we do it. Yeah, as always make sure that the flame is underneath the pot and not coming up on the edges, because it does hurt. I'm not going to lie, it does hurt. Some of these tricks, as you would say, or knowledge, actually come from learning. All right, I need a cup and saucer. I'll be back. Another thing people don't realize, cooking is an art. When you dress the plates like this, or serving dishes, that's art. It really is. Putting colors together, making sure all of it works. You want to. I'm going to drink my liquid from my vegetables. That's how you do it. All right. I hope you didn't eat all the bread, or I'm going to have to go into the freezer. Oh, good. Yesterday, I had dates and cheddar cheese for breakfast. I try to go live when I cook in the morning. It seems that you enjoy the lives more, getting to see more. Yes, I've learned to become live daily. Okay, Eli. Now this is a bread I made that has carrots in it. See the carrots? This is a very, very moist bread. If you don't cook it right, it can go back to dough. That's just how moist it is from the carrots. Because my son said, why is this bread so moist? I said, because of the carrot and how it was put together. You're welcome, Lele. Another thing I had to learn to do was to cut bread straight. Believe it or not, you get it cut, right? We had a loaf, we had to learn to cut it. So when I made the bread, I had to learn to slice it straight. I'm just going to heat this up while the coffee's going. Now you could put butter or something on this, but this bread doesn't really require anything. It's just that moist. I'm using fish for tuna today. Okay, what kind of fish are you using? And what are you going to do with it? Are you making a casserole? Or is it going to be fried? Magic, if you just got here, you just missed out on the whole meal. I'm just making coffee and finishing up, and that's it. And talking because you have questions. I answer questions at this time. Then I'll be leaving. Are you making a casserole or are you making steaks with the fish, Skelly? And good morning. Oh, okay. That makes sense. I could understand that. Sometimes I wake up and say, what am I going to have with it? I woke up from a dream that said, make fries and a vegetable with the corned beef. And I said, huh? Fries? And then I thought about it. I said, yeah. Yeah, sometimes I wake up like I'm cooking on the other side. And I come over and then I do it. Like I didn't think about making coffee muffins. And I said, well, you have a chicory root coffee, why can't you do it? And I said, sure, that would make sense. Good morning, no way. No, I do not have moderators. You have to pay moderators. I have enough bills. I don't need to add one. Nemesis, that sounds good. You go fishing? Hi, Lele. Magic, I have no idea. I know nothing about that, and that's a man's world. That's not mine. Okay. I hope they come with instructions. Good morning, Aaron. Always remember, If some recipes don't come out, it's because a step was missing. I get a lot of recipes like that and I have to compensate for them. I've already cooked, Aaron. We had the corned beef with vegetables and fries, and that's what we're having for dinner today. I've just got my coffee on, that's all. Right now I'm making coffee and having a piece of bread because I am hungry. It is morning. Looks like it's going to be. But it was 20 degrees. Believe you me, I'm not stepping out today. We're going to have a cold one, but by Friday we'll have rain and we'll be back in the 50s. Levia? So, coffee's taking too long. I was going to have coffee with this bread, but I'm going to be eating this up. 5 till 6. You're an hour behind me. I think that's central because it's going on 7 here. New York, Livia. Well, everybody's in the same different time zone. Once my coffee's on, that's it. I'll be saying bye. I'm just waiting for the coffee, so I'm going to be answering your questions. Arkansas wasn't far from Texas. I had some cousins there. Do I miss the South? Yeah, I like a lot of I miss a lot of the respect, family unity, community caring about the children. Thank you. I know it was hard. I know that the principal had a paddle that he used on us. Teachers could pinch your ear and stand you in the corner and everything. It was hard, but there was a lot of respect. We knew where we belonged in our place. The women knew their station. Men knew their station and everything else. But as I came up here, I could see the changing, what I've seen in my lifetime. Really bad. Thank you, Eli. Yes, I have 2 cats. Taffy and Amber. Amber's the oldest. Taffy's the baby of the litter. And I have a lot of birds outside, and there's some feral cats. They have decided that my home is going to be their home because a neighbor left her cats here. She moved and left them behind. Listen, be thankful you're on the IHIP program. I'd recommend parents to teach their children at home. The IHIP program was established, I think in the 1920s. A woman went to court. She didn't like what was going on in school, maybe 1930s. I can't remember the exact time. We found it in the law books. And she was granted the right to educate her children, but the Board of Ed had to test them every 2 years. So that was a law that we used to get the individual home instruction plan. It's known as an IHIP up here. I don't know what it is in another state, but that's what we call it in New York State. And by the time our sons were 14 and 16, the 16-year-old had graduated 4 years of college. The 14-year-old was 2 years into college. So home instruction is much better than going to public school. But they will give you, I'm going to say it, you're not supposed to curse, they give you hell. They'll drag you through every court they can. and they will lie on you and everything else to separate you from the children. And they told me, the Board of Ed told us point blank, we want the money. You can keep the children home and educate, but we want the money. And my husband told me point blank, you give me the money and I'll educate my children. They did not give us one penny, though the court said they had to do it. So we had to take our money, buy books, go places, and educate them. It was a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. And I'm proud of them. Yeah, I did, GS. Talking facts of what they did to us. Accused my husband of beating me. I had to go to that court in tights with straps, skirt and sandals. It was so cold in that court, I was freezing. And the boys went with shorts on, sandals, and a lightweight shirt. You could see we weren't abused. But the way what they wrote about my husband said he did this, and we're looking. He did what? No, he doesn't do any of that. They called him a crazy vet, and I said, no, vets are not like that. They tried to break us up, tried to get a divorce. They tried everything. I don't have much love for the city. Yeah, Eli, I agree. But I don't, I have no love lost for this government, especially the city government. So it's no love lost. And when my husband got sick, their attorneys got on the phone, didn't see me standing there. She said, we got them. He's dying. We got that SOB. I mean, and this is the city, the local government. So I have no love lost for them, this metropolitan area at all. And my father is dead. He killed himself. He couldn't wait for his friend. This is what my father did. Now, my father is a climber. I take a very bad habit from him. I climb. He had a tree on the edge of a cliff. Okay? Now, this is in Mexico because he remarried. And he married a Mexican. He moved to Mexico. And he didn't want this tree on the edge of the cliff because he figured somebody could get hurt. Somebody could get hurt. Okay. What he did, he called his friend, and his friend said, I'll be there tomorrow, but I'm real busy today. I can't go. Well, my father's patience is like this. So my father decided that he was going to climb that tree and bring it down himself. Well, as he was working on that dead tree, the branch cracked. He fell down into the valley. I died laughing. I shouldn't have. That was so disrespectful. Well, my brother said it. I cracked up because my father's got long arms and long legs. Just like, and I got an image of a cartoon that I saw as a little girl, and I started laughing. I told my sons that their grandfather had died this way. They started cracking up laughing. I told my friend, everybody cracked up laughing. So my father, in his impatience, ended up killing himself. And what does his wife do? She runs out there and calls him AB. It says, AB, AB, like she can catch him in midair. He's going down the cliff, honey. He's falling down. He probably died of a heart attack before he hit the ground, knowing my father. Okay? Hi, Aussie from Australia. JS. Sosa, good morning. JS, good morning. Aussie, good morning. OMG, good morning. Wait a minute. GS, Ohio, good morning. So that's what happened to him. Now I've made my coffee. I have poured it. I'm all done. So listen, I want all of you to have a great day, okay? Take care. Be safe out there. The world seems a bit on the crazy side right now. No, meatloaf's coming next week. No, it's going to be next week, and it's going to become Cook With Me. It'll be an early dish. I'm sorry, but I have to cook it by a certain time, and I'm going to be putting barbecue sauce on mine, and I'm going to use some different vegetables in it. Uh, no, it's 7:05. Okay. GS. Okay, so listen, I want all, like I said, I want all of you to take care. Be safe. Have a wonderful day. Things are crazy, and let's just get going. So listen, take care. Bye-bye.